Welcome to Challenge the Road and the Ferrari F12. So we're here at Water with the F12, one of my favourite cars. I remember it launched in 2013 and it was a car I really wanted. I think there were about 260,000 plus options, so normally about 300k. At the time that was too much for me, but I thought it was a stunning looking car. And I always remember with the front, it looking like a shark front in here. This car was built around the aerodynamics. That was the main key. So you've got 250 pounds of downforce at the front at 124 mile an hour. And you can see all the vents and ridges in the bonnet to get the air out, coming all the way through the bonnet, down these sort of side scoops here at the front. Huge tyres on the front as well. I see there are 255. I mean, if you remember, like a Porsche Boxster, they had rear tyres of 255 back in the day, and they thought that was a huge tyre. But I do love the front end on this. I think it's the absolute best bit of the car for me. It looks fantastic. And I say, being here on a day like this with red, with crema, it looks fantastic. So coming back now to the middle of the car, I love the roof on this. I know everyone's picked up, but I love these little, almost like ridges, but it's almost like it comes down in here, very similar to a GT3 RS on the Porsche, but actually it's more than that. It's more indented and it looks fantastic. I hadn't actually noticed that, so I haven't seen many F12s sort of in real life and gone round them. Same handles as 458. Not overly keen on that, but with this car, I think it suits it because there's so many scoops through here. You look at this door, it sort of scoops inwards. So actually the handles looks fine. Side skirts down here, coming back to these massive rear tyres. But yeah, it suits it really nicely, that roof. I don't think many people pick up on it, but I really like that part. So let's move to the back. So coming round to the back of the car, we've got this sort of tinted black window coming down. Over here, not that much of a lip spoiler, they probably saved that for the TDF, but it makes it sculptured, it makes it not like the TDF where it's all sort of big cuts and big spoilers. Come down, Ferrari badge as normal, love the little Italia badge. Got this F1, like an LED light, and then there's a huge rear diffuser on here. And again, this is complementing the aerodynamics on this car, so you've got a lot of downforce at the front, but then you've got huge downforce at the back. That's how it's able to set fantastic lap times. This is 3 seconds quicker than a 430 Scuderia at Ferrano, 2 seconds quicker than an Enzo. So it does a lap time of 1:23, which is phenomenal. So I can't wait now to get out in this car. We're going to do the interior, and then I just can't wait to drive it. So let's go through the interior. I really like the interior on this car. When I drove here this morning, it feels very airy, very light. You obviously got Rosso Corsa paintwork, but with the crema inside, a bit like a 355 spec. That is the spec. It's the ultimate spec to go for. I love this little bridge here it's got in the middle with the dials. It does seem a lot of buttons, but you know, I got used to that after sort of 10 minutes. It was no problem at all. Steering wheel looks like a 458 Speciale steering wheel, or 458. But no, it's a lovely place to be, and Jay's picked a great spec on this car. You've got dials here, lovely centre dial, looks the same as Speciale to me, and either side you've got your displays. But it's a lovely interior. Probably if I was getting one, it would probably be similar spec to this. Daytona seats as well, racing seats. Not sure it would suit this car. I think these are the right seats. But yeah, it's a lovely place to sit actually. It feels like a fantastic Grand Tourer. So let's now head out, go for a drive. I can't wait for this. So I head over here very slowly, just warming through the car. It's time to get out now and see what this can do. So we're out on the road in the F12. That's everything in second. This car, it's a little bit nippy this. I'm not sure if this is going to be the fastest car I've ever driven. Obviously the McLarens were ballistically quick. Right, this is just on the dual carriageway, so I'm just trying to get the engine, everything warmed up. I'm pretty happy now, it's all at a good level, tyres have warmed up. First impressions, it's just a nice place to be. Feels nice. Gearbox is good, so it feels a bit like the Speciale. I think that from looking at all the reviews, they say it's too fast for the road. Well, maybe not too fast, but I feel like, is it a performance? Is it like a supercar, or is it a Grand Tour, or is it? And I was just going to compare it against cars I've had over the past, and I was looking at when this come out. You sort of had the Aventador, which I had in the V12 Aventador. I would say this is a much better car than that car to drive already, even in the short space of time I've had it. Then you look at the Lamborghini V12, the Murcielago. I love the engine in that car, but again, that's more of a raw racing car, whereas this is a Grand Tourer as well. I was thinking of the Speciale, just because obviously it's got the same steering wheel and features of the Speciale. The steering feels very similar to the Speciale. One thing I'm quite amazed with is it doesn't feel that big a car, which I thought, from how it looks and how it is perceived, I thought it would be a really big car, but actually I'm really enjoying it. I'm not finding it like massive, like I don't know where everything is, because the bonnet does slope off a lot, and what a bonnet that is. I mean, it looks like a shark. It's fantastic. So let's just go over. I mean, I'm in just normal suspension, so not even bumpy road, and it feels absolutely fine. But tyres have made a huge difference now. We've got Michelin 4S's on here, and they are just a brilliant tyre. One, they warm up quick. Two, they got that bigger sidewall, which gives you much better comfort and ride quality. So let's just go down here. Let's just put it in auto, put it in wet mode, and it just does. I think it's probably one of those cars that actually does everything, because this feels so light and airy in here. There's loads of room. You can really just cruise in auto, but you've got this time bomb of an engine there, 730 horsepower, 500 foot of torque. It's a monster. Gearbox is nice, so you can have it in auto, but I'm just used to using the paddles. I like the display, I like the rev counter at the front. Big speed, miles per hour on the right. It's a lovely place to be. So let's head on a bit further, see if we can find a few nicer roads to go on. So let's just accelerate up this hill. See, there's a few cars here now, but this is third. So really, that is unbelievable. So really, I don't think you need second and first at all, because I've never been in an engine with so much torque and so much power. I think if you went second, this car would just wheels. Yeah. So you don't need to. Actually, you could just stay in third and fourth most of the time. Is that the third? I need to get some timing gear in here. I suppose all the times have been done though. 2.9 to 60, top speed's 211. And as I say, it just seems to do everything. So if I had a criticism of the car, I think the steering feels a little bit what I would call aloof. It's a little bit soft, and I didn't like that in the Speciale as well. That's why I sold the Speciale and went to the 675, because the McLaren steering was much better. But I think by having steering like this, it takes away the weight of the car. It's like a 1.8 ton car, so it's obviously taking away the weight by having the lighter steering, which I don't think is a bad thing. But it's just trying to understand where this car sits. I think the value for money is incredible, for the power you've got. And I had a look at the engine earlier, and you think the engine looks like it's 120 grand, just the engine. And these did drop down to about 120 grand for the car. They're on the rise at the moment, as I think people are realizing that this shape is fantastic, and the 812's a little bit busy, whereas this is just such fantastic subtle lines. It's ridiculous. That is the only thing, a bit of a game of self-restraint. I'm not sure you can use the power, but it is nice knowing you got the power there. So it's a tricky car, because I'm not sure you're ever going to really use it to the full potential, but it must be a great track car, because you've still got a car which is 3 seconds quicker than a Scuderia at Ferrari. I don't know what it is against the Speciale. It must be very close, because it's 123 for this car. So it might be a faster track car than the track specials, and it's a Grand Tourer. So surely it's the best of both worlds. I'm going to drive on a bit further now, just see if I can get a bit more out of this car and a bit more feeling for it. Crazy. I mean, we're not even going. And the gearbox is fantastic. Very quick. Only when it's cold, it's a little bit. Love these lights on the steering wheel. But let's head on and we'll do some more. Right, these are some of my favourite sort of twisty roads, and I reckon people make the mistake of being in too low a gear in this car, so let's do third, fourth. We just try and stay in the higher gears through here, because I just think there's too much power in the lower gears. So let's just, oh, massive lorry, thank you very much. Okay, right, so second, third, and you're sort of short shifting through. Nice pole start. But I'd stay in third now instead of going to second, and let the car just balance itself out. And now I'm not getting so much problem with traction. Third again, and I just stay in third and just roll the car. I feel like I'm dancing the car around in a nice way. So I think that's the way to drive it. Maybe people have made that mistake where they probably crashed them, where you're going to drop down and you're going to keep going lower gear, and then you've got so much torque that then the car turns round. I mean, there's a lot of stability control systems, but this is in race mode. That's quite exciting. I mean, the big comment I always remember from Dean, it's like taking a racehorse pony trekking. And that's how it feels a little bit, but that was in the Scuderia, he said that, and this has got that other mode where you can just go to auto, drop it to sport, and it's just a great GT car. So would I have this over the Scuderia? I think I might, just because you've got both worlds. Obviously you've got a big boot as well. Don't forget that. It's great looking. It did look good today. This Rosso Corsa with Crema is probably one of the best specs. I wouldn't mind it in a darker red, actually, a bit like my Scuderia. That would look really smart in this. But yeah, you can just sort of relax really and drive, and no problems at all. So yeah, I think it's just a great car all round. I say the only thing is the steering, but I think you'd actually get used to it the more you drive it. I go down here, and again, let's just stay in higher gears. Maybe this will help all F12 owners stay alive longer. You only need third and fourth on English roads. Suspension's good, say steering's darty. I feel like I'm on tiptoes a bit in the car. Let's go down here. And say fourth, So it's just so much power. You just don't need the other gears. And what I say, when we're down at Buell, I was looking at it thinking this is a 200 grand car to look at. And I don't think the looks are going to date that much. I like the single light on the rear as well. I think that looks really nice. You've got those F1 race LEDs on the back as well with the rear diffuser. On the front, when the brakes get warm, the little flaps open to let air in to cool the brakes. What are the brakes like? Yeah, the brakes are good. So you feel like you're sort of dancing around. Sounds good. It's a lovely summer's day car. And the tyres are warm, the car's warm. I bet it absolutely flies. I think you get used to that where it's scrambling. Again, that's third gear. You could have probably been second, but there's just no point through the bridge here. So I went to second and now it's pulling back too much. I should have stayed in third. And this is quite sort of dicey through here, but it feels good. Yeah, so what's the verdict? Well, fortunately, James has given me this for a couple of days, so I'll probably spend about £1,000 in fuel. What's my verdict on the car though? Would I buy one? I think as I was in the market for one, I think we just sold our DBS, the V12, and this is, from a performance point of view, way on from the DBS. But the DBS was great looking, but then the gearbox on the DBS was okay. This gearbox is really good. Would I buy one? Probably not. Would I suggest you buy one? Probably yes, because I think they've had a little bit of a rise, but I think there may be a little bit more to go on that. Only a little bit, but I think you'd be very safe money, safe car. And looking at it today, it looks all the money. The gearbox is good, the suspension's good, the ride's good. You've got to, yeah, I think it's very good value. I remember looking at them for 120 grand, thinking I should buy one of these. I think they're going to go back up. But you can't buy them all, and I was right. They have. I think these cars now are probably sort of 160 to 220 in that time, but I do realise that all cars have gone up in that time. As I say, I actually quite like just putting it in auto, being in sport and just cruising along. Very quiet in here. I drove that 992. So noisy. The road noise was huge in this. Just have your favourite music on, go for a drive, knowing that you've got 730 horsepower at any time. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. We're going to do more collaboration with James soon on other cars as well. And yeah, I've really enjoyed today and really enjoyed this F12. So a big thank you for James for lending this to me. And we'll catch you all soon.